Hi, Marco.
Hey, Antonio, what's up, man?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm doing good. Uh, you scared us there for a minute, man.
Yeah, I know. I'm doing a lot better. I'm recovering. I went to summer of conservatism, and I lasted a little bit, but I had to go home because I was getting kind of tired and sore. But yeah.
Well, take it easy. Maybe the drugs are they giving you good drugs?
What?
Are they giving you good drugs?
Yeah, but I'm trying not to take too much because I have buddies who, took the same stuff who are vets and they had issues with them. So I'm trying to be deal with the pain as much as possible. I think pain's very subjective, so I think I use them when I need to, um, but I'm trying not to rely on them too much.
So how was the rally yesterday?
The summer of conservatism,
Hmm.
uh, it was good. Um, I didn't agree with the speakers on a lot of points, but I thought overall it was a successful. I liked it. It was different. It wasn't like a rally where we had to go and scream at Antifa. It was relaxed in a hotel. It was nice, and I think they did a good job organizing it. And Valentina and a lot of the other organizers did a wonderful job. So I think it was a good change and a good. I think we need more of them where we can just go and feel safe. There was plenty of security and police there. It was nice. It was a nice event.
You know what I really liked is that they had a panel of the speakers and people were able to ask questions. I think that was awesome.
Yeah, I wasn't there for that, but I watched it live, and I think that was really awesome. Travis Allen and other speakers were up there, and I think it was really cool to see that. Um, kind of wish I had stayed, but as I said, I was in a lot of pain, so I had to go home.
Because I think that we're never gonna agree, all of us, but I think there's a lot of people that have issues or questions or concerns that they get to talk to the speakers and vice versa, So I think that was awesome, and that we should have more of that.
Yeah, definitely, and it gives more credibility to the speaker if the speaker can answer on the spot questions. Then it doesn't seem scripted and rehearsed. They know their points and they know how to answer the questions. I think it showed a lot for a lot of the speakers. Because we go to these rallies. Sometimes people are like, "Oh, who is this person? Where did they come from?" Or a lot of the time people don't even know who the speakers are. So this gave the chance for the audience to get to know the speakers better.
Yeah, I think we should, yeah, definitely for the next rallies we should take that. You think you're gonna be here for the next Berkeley?
Is that August 26th?
Hmm.
Yeah, I think I'll be good, but I mean, I unfortunately just can't be on the front lines anymore for a while because just my body wouldn't be able to handle another attack very well. So, so I think if I go, I want to be there to support, and but I'm gonna have to pass the torch to some of my other the Proud Boys and other people to protect people because I'm not going to be able to do much for a couple months.
You know, when your accident happened, a lot of people were really pissed because you're the one that's always protecting us. And that day you were by yourself. So, but what have you learned out of this? What have you learned of what happened to you?
Um, I think for me, I was naturally that day. These two guys were harassing a woman at a kiosk, and they were yelling at her to open up the gate. And I naturally went into like my bodyguard mode and told them to stop and leave her alone. And it ended up in a verbal confrontation. And then they hit my truck, crashing through the barricade. And then I ended up getting out of my car, which is never a good idea, especially because um, I was at a bar, so I wasn't allowed to carry my gun, and I didn't have anything with me. And I think just handling it with the police is a lot better. I should have just followed them and called the cops and gotten their license plate and handled it that way. Because these guys both, one of the weirdest things I think about this situation is that both guys stabbed me, and both guys wanted to be violent. And you think, like, if you're out with a friend, usually there's one friend who maybe calms down the other friend. Oh, chill out, oh, you don't need to, get involved or something like that. But both guys wanted to do what they did. So I think I've learned my lesson to just trust the police a little bit more and not always get involved in every situation in life, because we're living in a very violent world with violent people, and I can't always be prepared for everything,
Yeah, the only thing that knife thing, that stabbing thing, that's foreign. That's something I see a lot in other countries. That's something you don't see here a lot, I think.
No, yeah, definitely. I was pretty surprised when they both had knives. Stabbing someone is a very violent act, and it takes a lot of
Anger.
A lot of anger, yeah, because you're really doing it. Shooting someone, I've always said that a gun separates you from the crime a little bit. It separates you from the violent act a little bit. But now, stabbing someone, like, you're right there, you're doing every action, and it was pretty crazy, like, and these guys were trying to kill me. Like, this was one of the stab wounds behind my neck right here.
Mm-hmm.
And like that's like, you're trying to kill someone, they were trying to leave me for dead. Can you hear me?
I lost you for a little bit. Yeah, that stabbing right there. My dad used to, in Mexico, we used to kill cows and, to eat. And that's where you stab them, to eat, to kill them.
Yeah.
So those guys,
yeah, definitely.
They really wanted to kill you. And it's just,
yeah,
it's scary, man. It's really scary, because you just don't know. I mean, pretty soon you're not going to be able to tell anybody anything, because you're exposed to that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it sucks. They were under the influence, and I think they had drugs in their system as well. So I'm I thank God every day that I'm alive, and I'm back home. Like, that's a nice feeling. 3 weeks in the hospital was getting into my head. I was like starting to go crazy, like, in the hospital a little bit.
Well, I thought a lot of people are really happy that you're back and you're okay, man. And God definitely gave you a second chance for a reason. I hope you find what that reason is, and I think it's to help us, with your experience, so that we learn how to fight these people.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm really happy that they got caught, because a year and a half ago I was stabbed through the kneecap, taking a home intruder down that was robbing my neighbor's house, and I ended up getting stabbed through my kneecap, right there.
Ooh.
Yeah, and so that guy actually never got caught. So it was funny that two guys got arrested this time. I felt like it was redemption for the guy who stabbed me last year. Hopefully that guy gets caught through, like, DNA. Maybe he commits another crime and he gets caught that way. But that guy got away, because when he stabbed me, I fell to the ground, and he took off running and hopped in his car and took off. But he was robbing my old neighbor's house, an 80-year-old man. And I came out at like 3 in the morning. And again, I didn't call the cops. and I got involved, and I ended up getting hurt. So I got to stop doing this because I keep getting myself hurt. But it's just natural instinct for some of us to want to protect our neighbors and our friends. You know, I can't always wait for the cops, but now, you know, I have to trust 911. I have to trust calling the authorities, because one of these days I could end up killed, you know, trying to involve myself in something like this.
Well, Antonio, I see you're a very giving person. I mean, that your nature, because I remember that when we were in Portland, you look at my vest and you said, I'm going to get you some plates for it. You know, so
yeah, I still have to get you some.
Thank you, man. So
Yeah, you can't have a vest and not have plates, because the plates are what protect you.
Right. So you're that kind of guy that is always, you know, reaching out to help people. And it's unfortunate this happened to you, but yeah, man, everybody was feeling worried about you. But you know, we're happy you're back on your feet.
Yeah, I am. And the support and the prayers that I got, and the help I got for some of my bills, I can't thank the Patriot family enough. I didn't have my family that first like 4 or 5 days because they were on the East Coast. That's where they live. And I had Patriots come to my hospital. And, you know, the first day I was really out of it. I don't even remember everybody that came, but I just remember the strength I felt the next day trying to get out of bed and do my physical therapy. I just thought, all these people came to support me. All these people came to help me. So I got to get up and I got to show my strength. And I felt all the prayers. I felt all the support. And I really, there was a lot of love and a lot of prayers. I could feel it for sure.
So are these guys going to be, is there any hearing? Are you going to be going to the hearings for these guys?
I don't know. I haven't been told much by the detectives. I think I'm going to be actually left out of it pretty much. There was plenty of witnesses, probably I'd say 10 witnesses. They have plenty of footage from cell phones. And I think they have plenty of witness statements and stuff that I don't think they have to get me involved.
Oh, okay.
I heard from one of my lawyers that when they have enough witnesses to convict these guys, and these guys both admitted to stabbing me and both admitted to having knives, I don't think there's not going to be much of a trial. These guys, I guess they both got out of their car and they said, "Are you ready to die, white boy? Are you ready to get this shank, white boy?" It kind of clicked. Holy shit, you know, these guys are going to try to kill me. So I hit the first guy back pretty hard, but the second guy came at me and ran and tackled me like a full tackle. And we both went to the ground, and I started punching him and hitting his head into the street and doing my best to protect myself. But I guess when he fell on his own knife and sliced his face. So they ended up going to the same hospital that I went to and trying to play victim. And meanwhile, like, I was being rushed into ICU, and the doctors called my parents and left them a message that night and said I had about a 25% chance of surviving the surgery that I was going to go through. So I mean, these guys did quite a bit of damage. So they had every intent to try to you know, kill someone and get out of there. The one guy had a prior and probably didn't want to go back to jail. So anyway,
you know, Antonio, that anger, that attitude doesn't belong on the streets, and it doesn't belong in this country. That is foreign. I'm from a third world country. I can tell you that when somebody is, I mean, I can understand defending you. Okay, I pulled my knife, you know, if you do it. But these guys were out to kill you.
Yeah. No, definitely. And I think, you know, I think one of the weird things is that I was walking with Kyle Chapman Let me get some
Yeah.
headphones because I'm having a hard time hearing you. Um, when I was with Kyle Chapman that day, there was a guy who was carrying a cross that was like 14 feet long. It was huge. And I stopped him and I said, "Thank you for being a Christian in our country and willing to take, all of this, all of the guff you're taking out here in Santa Monica," because people were looking at him funny. I'm trying to get these
Sure,
headphones.
sure.
They were looking at him funny to him. And can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear.
Okay. So they were saying things to him and kind of, you could tell he was getting criticized. And I stopped him and I said, "Thank you for being a Christian in our nation and willing to come out here and show your faith." And the guy blessed me. He told me, "God, show this young man, wisdom and strength, and I can sense something in this young man, and protect him." And then that night, what happened to me happened. And I still, to this day, say that guy blessing me um, definitely kept me alive. God heard his prayer, and then also my parents were traveling to South Dakota to spread my grandmother's ashes on that Sunday. And I think my grandmother was keeping me out of heaven as well. So a lot of things happened that night.
You know, uh, they say that we all live two lives: the life after we're born and the life before we die. A lot of people that have had things that have like what happened to you, like me, I have been, I am a recovered alcoholic. So your life's gonna be so different now because you were so close. This is extra time that you're living, and God gave you this for a reason.
Yeah,
There's a lot of us that
it's
live that
definitely
way.
extended time.
Yeah. So, I hope that if there's anything I can help you with, let me know, man. I'm here, and I know that we're in this movement. The movement is not perfect. So don't take it too personal. Just go with it. Take.
I know. I know. And it's, I'm one of those people that, like, I'm a bodyguard. I've protected Omar. I've protected Baked Alaska. He's my main client. So I've always liked being in the background. I've never liked, like, this is my first live stream interview. You got the exclusive,
Oh,
Marco. Like,
awesome.
dude, I even denied Tucker and Hannity. Both wanted to have interviews with me, and I said no, because I'm just not that person. I am not about the attention. I was in this movement to protect people and to be in the background, to be there, sometimes armed because people get worried about an active shooter or somebody showing up and killing Trump supporters. So some of us have to show up and be there, ready to go. And so I think, yeah, I just didn't really, I'm not in this for the attention. I'm not in this for the media. And so I sometimes get upset when people get into the movement and they just take off with their live streams, or they take off with trying to just self-promote. And, and I know we need people out there like showing the truth and stuff, but we also need people who are just going to be there for the right reasons, because that's the glue that keeps the movement together, are the people who don't have their phones out, who are there watching and making sure people are safe. And so you'll never see, once in a while I'll live stream something just to show something interesting, but I don't try to self-promote. Or, all my friends keep telling me, start a YouTube channel, start this, start that. Nah, It's not what I'm
Or
about. I
a
love
book.
I love being invited to live streams and stuff, but apart from that, that's as far as I'll do it.
Antonio, you're an angel, man.
I appreciate you, Marco.
You're an angel.
I
That's
appreciate
the
it.
qualities of an angel, I guess. The good thing about this, when somebody seeks attention just for personal gain, it works for a while, but eventually the collective consciousness of everybody, it's gonna spit them out, because what prevails is genuine truth. The truth and reason prevails in religion and in the Constitution and in the movement
Right.
too. So yeah, there's a few people out there that lose track of what they're doing. They lose. We have a primary purpose, and our primary purpose is to make America great again,
Right.
not to make Marco great again.
Mm-hmm.
um,
Yeah. Yeah. But there's certain people who have earned or put in the time and the work for their platforms, and those are the people I never, go after or say anything to, because you can tell us common folk here, we can tell who's for real and who's not. And, what people don't understand is that this is a spiritual battle. This is not just a battle of keyboard warriors, and some of us are really out here concerned that this is going to go somewhere that people don't understand. It's going to go to a level of either violence or, I wouldn't say anarchy, but just kind of this uncontrollable atmosphere. Where, think about the upcoming elections. You think Antifa and these groups aren't going to have some new and improved organization? When the new elections come around, we're going to have a bigger, badder enemy to battle. And they're going to be on the streets trying to change the country. They have been doing this since 1930s. What makes us think that they're going to give up? They're not going to give up. When you've invested into something so hard that it's taken generations for your plan to prevail, those people, that they're in. That's why they are part of Satanism and the occult. They're surrounded by their religion. They're surrounded by their politics. They're in it. They're in it for life. And we need to be the same way for the right. We need to start building a spiritual army, an army of people that are going to band together and not care about Facebook, not care about all this stuff, but be out there on the streets battling these people, because they're not going to give up. This is a long battle.
Antonio, I don't know if you remember, but when we went to Portland, we went to the Nest, to their headquarters where they were going to do the training for Antifa.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
And
that.
They were at the union, the SEIU union, and Robert told me that that's where they meet in New York. And then when we were at the rally, you had the unions, you had Antifa, and then you have all the Hispanic movement, but they're all together. So it's the same snake with different heads.
Right. Yeah. No, they and then Gavin McGinnis and I and a bunch of Proud Boys in Berkeley followed Yvette Falarca and a bunch of them to a bunch of compounds and houses in Berkeley, and it's the same thing. They're all paid for. They get these kids from states that have low emancipation, where you only have to be 16 to be emancipated from your parents, and they target young kids to come to Berkeley and these strongholds, Portland, Berkeley, Seattle, where a lot of homeless are. They give them a little cell phone, they give them some drugs, they give them a little bit of money and food, and that's why we have these kids that come out here and they fight us, and they're so willing to fight us because they're financially stripped, and they're at the complete mercy of these leftist organizations. So um,
Wow.
they're at the mercy. So they can't leave. They can't. There's a really strong. I'll have to send it to you so you can share it.
Okay.
But there was Berkeley confessions. A lot of these colleges have confession pages where kids can go and say like, oh, I had a crazy party this weekend, blah, blah, blah. And this person made out with this person, right? Well, about 2 years ago, there was a kid who said, I tried leaving Antifa and bam, and this is what happened to me. And it was a long story about the violence and the abuse he went through trying to leave the organization, to the point where Yvette Falarca and other people cornered this kid, beat this kid, said take away his cell phone so he can't call friends. When he went to try to go to the neighbor's house, even the neighbors were kind of in on it and told him like, no, you can't use our phone, you can't leave. And he talked about how it was a cult and how these kids are sucked into a cult. So we need to understand that, like, as powerful as we all feel on the right with our live streams and our platforms and all this shit, we are nothing compared to the left as far as how deeply invested they are in this fight. They are beyond, I think, our understanding. And and I think that's why there's young guys like myself. I'm only 26, and all these young Proud Boys. Like, we're in it because we realize like we're the next generation that's going to have to fight these kids who are our age. We're going to have to battle them at the ballot box, and we're going to have to battle them on the streets. And these are future politicians of the left, and they're crazy. They're nuts.
That is the definition of organized crime.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Definitely.
And
Yeah.
I have a friend that is close to the Secret Service that told me that they might be looking into it because they really believe that they are a domestic terror organization.
Yeah, absolutely. Department of Homeland Security, remember they were at Portland. Well, did you notice DHS never dealt with us? They only dealt with Antifa. They were there to profile them. They were there to take pictures of all of them. They were there to arrest them and interrogate them. Like, there was a purpose for why Department of Homeland Security was there. It's because those officers were writing reports to determine how Antifa was acting, how Antifa was fighting, their organization, all of that. So there was a purpose for them being there. They didn't arrest any of us. They didn't touch us. They don't even look at us. They are only there to worry about the terrorists, and they know who the terrorists are.
Wow.
And what's really scary is that I don't think people understand is like, stabbing is very quiet. Somebody can come up and stab someone a couple times before they even realize they're stabbed. I didn't realize I was stabbed until I put my hand down to my side and I saw all the blood on my hand. You don't feel it. It feels like you're getting punched. And Rick Wright and a bunch of people from the Red Elephants went to Berkeley after the Sacramento rally. And this guy walks up to him. He's like, I'm going to stab all of you. Like, I want to stab and kill all of you. And people don't understand that, like, the left will never play with guns, but they bring bricks and dynamite and knives and shanks to these rallies, and they want to hurt us. And the pictures that Portland PD put out of all the weapons that they confiscated from Portland were all little pocket knives and little screwdrivers. They want to hurt us. Their intent is to hurt us. They don't want self-defense because we don't do anything to hurt them. It's not in self-defense. They're there to be proactive and fantasize about hurting Trump supporters. So people need to be realistic about these rallies and what we're here for, and a true understanding of, Base Stick Man said it in his speech at Sacramento. Some of us may have to die for this. Some of us may have to bleed for this. And
And I saw what you said. I almost died. So yeah, he's right.
yeah, yeah,
He's right.
definitely.
But you know,
I mean, my thing wasn't Trump related, but it definitely was racially related because they kept repeating the white boy shit to me. And it was because I was white and because I had American flags and shit on my truck. They got pissed off and they got triggered. And so people need to understand that there's a war going on all fronts
yeah,
in the country.
but that attitude, that knife attitude of I'm going to stab you, and that needs to be taken out of the streets. That doesn't belong on the streets. It's just not right.
No, it's not right, but it's going to happen. And I think people just need to have an understanding that, you know, we're not going to win. I, I've learned my lesson, you know, as much training as I had prior to all of this with the bodyguard stuff. And I also did some private contracting. I worked in Mexico. Some people know that. Even with all that training, you can't win against a knife. You can't win against a weapon when you don't have a weapon. And it just doesn't end up good. So if any time that our supporters are ever confronted by a person with a knife or a weapon, just try to run, try to protect yourself. Don't think that you're bigger or badder than the person just because they're some skinny little Antifa kid, because that person can do as much damage as someone my size who's 290 pounds, 6'2", you know. So people just need to be very careful.
Well, just to add on Kyle Chapman, that he said that some people might die. You know, what I can tell people out there, people were already dying under Obama administration. You know, I had
Yeah.
2, 3 friends that killed themselves because of the economy, the way it didn't come back. People were getting divorced. So I even say, you know, I would rather die on the street than continue allowing this freaking left to continue with that messing up our country.
Yeah, every 6 seconds, a veteran in our country takes his own life because he can't get the support at the VA for his psychology, his psychiatric help, or his physical help, or the pain that they're in. Every 6 seconds, a vet takes his own life, and those are the men those are our best. Those are our best of our country, the most patriotic people we have, and they're killing themselves because they're not getting the right treatment. And finally, Trump has gotten support and gotten the VA to start getting on track and help our vets and help the people who served our country. But yeah, as you said, we have friends, just friends on the street, our common, you know, friends and neighbors who have taken, you know, my dad got hit really hard by the economy. He had his own company, and they got hit tremendously hard during the administration through Obama. And my parents are unfortunately tend to swing towards the left. They're moderate. They call themselves independents, but being that we were from Los Angeles, they tend to be on the left.
Mm-hmm.
And they hate that I'm on this movement. I get guff about it all the time. My own mom called me a Nazi because because I got a haircut the other day, and she didn't like the haircut. And she said, "Look at you," you know. And I think she was joking because of all the articles that were put out about me. And, you know, she read all the news and everything. But still, you know, like even our own family sometimes will get on us about the decisions we've made. And yeah, so I miss you down here, Marco, though. I miss you at the rallies, man.
Hey,
It was nice having you and Robert and other guys here for a little while, you know, helping us out.
Robert's gonna be down there this week, and I'm probably gonna be there for the weekend. So maybe I can go and we can have lunch or something.
Yeah, you're gonna come down this weekend?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, I appreciate it. People were saying here that you should go on Tucker. You should.
Yeah, no, you know, Tucker offered me an interview, and so did Sean Hannity. But you know,
not yet.
I don't want these guys who are in jail to see me on the TV playing victim. You know, I'm stronger than that.
All right.
I got up. You know, I got myself. You know, got to the hospital. I survived, and everybody in our movement knows I'm okay. But I don't need the world to know I'm okay. If they want to know, they can ask me. But I'm You know, I'm here for the movement. I'm here for patriots. I'm here to make sure that people aren't hurt at rallies, and that's all I was sent for. That was my calling as an oath keeper and as a bodyguard. I'm here to make sure that our people are safe at all times. That's it, man.
That is a great testimony. Wow, that's amazing. Thank you, Antonio. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Marco. Thank you. I'll talk to you soon, and I appreciate the interview, and I appreciate you checking in on me.
All right. Thank you, sir. There you have it, guys. We had the exclusive first interview with Antonio, and I haven't met a lot of people like Antonio in my life. You know, he is a true hero. You know, he's somebody that that is willing to do the work and doesn't care who takes credit for it. That is a great quality in a man, and I'm just honored to be one of his friends, I guess. And I'm gonna go to LA this weekend. Hopefully, I can have Tony, if you're still watching me, I would love to buy you lunch if you accept that. You all are. Till the rest. Yeah, we all are patriots. Yes. I'm more saying it because that Tucker invited him and Hannity invited him for an interview, and he just doesn't want to take, you know, he doesn't want to give more power to these punks that stop him. So I think, yeah, Saturday, I'll probably be at the Star Saturday. There's a friend that came from Chicago that is in LA, and he's doing a pilot. That's the guy I told you that he translated the Constitution into Spanish, and then he's got a new book that he's putting out there. Yeah, Tony is amazing. Tony is amazing. It's a great testimony. It's getting hot here. So thank you guys for watching us today. Let me see. Evan, Antonio Forman. Okay, he said he'll have lunch with us. Okay, guys. Well, thank you so much. Have a great rest of Tuesday. Go get some tacos for Taco Tuesday. If you go to a taco truck, please take a picture of the taco truck and send it to me. Stephanie says, gracias por todo. You know, this is so amazing, guys. There is so many American people that are trying to speak Spanish to me. I really appreciate that. That's amazing. So, Stephanie, gracias por todo. Thank you, too. Hola, Marco. OZ tacos. Yes. Tacos for all of us. Carl says they don't have taco trucks in your country. What country are you from, Carl? Chelsea, what's up? Nice seeing you. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Never give up, never surrender. Let's go out there and make America great again.